All right, let's take a look at the next Google Docs assignment. And I want you to notice, first of all, that it's going to be a 2-day thing. If you don't get it done today, there's going to be time on Wednesday's class or tomorrow's class. Maybe this doesn't turn out that you're watching it on a Wednesday or Tuesday, but anyway, this is a 2-day thing. You start it today. If you don't get done, you finish it tomorrow. If you do get done, then great. Turn it in. But if you don't get done, there will be time in the next class period to work on finishing this up. This is about inserting drawings and text boxes, really. And so I have a help page here. You're going to do this on a new Google Doc, so there's no Google Doc for you to open. But I think what will be helpful right now is if I go and show you where we're headed. You're going to have to create a Google document that has 7 different what are called drawings, but each drawing is going to contain a text box. And if I say make a doc and just put a bunch of drawings on it, the first question I'm going to get is, well, what do I put in it? I don't know what to put in it. What do I put in it? So here's what we're all going to do. Everybody's going to create a document kind of like this. Yours will look different than mine, but you're going to show me your schedule. This box right up here, the first box, is a title. It just says the daily schedule or something like that. And then it goes through all the classes of your day. And here, this is just one that I made up. Period 1, AFA, Mr. Leffler. And then it has a little comment about AFA right there. And then period 2, math, Mr. Duggins, and it has a little comment about the class right there. And period 3, social studies, Mr. Ellis, and it has a little comment about the class. Same thing is true about, this is 4-5, right? Your language arts blocks are a 2-period thing. So 4-5, language arts, Mrs. Dellinger, we read, we write, okay, a comment about that. And then here's period 6, science, Mr. Pantone, little comment there. And then period 7, business IT. I put my own class on there, best class of the day. Okay, yeah, whatever. So it's this kind of thing, but what I'm going to show in this video is how do you construct these boxes, and how do you put all the pieces and parts in there that you want. And these are all separate. There are 7 of them, and they're all separate. It's not one big box that's covering the whole page. All right. Well, I'm not going to build 7 of them right before your eyes here, but I'll build 2 or 3, and by then you'll be saying, okay, I get it. So let's go, first of all, let's get a new Google Doc started, because that's what you're going to want to do, a new blank document. And then you're going to want to name it up here on the top left-hand side. So this is Docs number 9, I believe, and it's about drawings or text boxes, whatever you want to call it. So I'll just call it text boxes, but you'll see here in a minute, you have to insert a drawing and then you do a text box, and so give it a name that fits. All right. Well, the first one's going to be like a title thing. So here's how this whole thing works. You go insert, it starts like this, insert drawing new. All right, I'm going to let that sit there for a second, look at it. Insert drawing new, and you're going to have to do 7 of these. All right. Now, as soon as I do insert drawing new, I get kind of a different screen that pops up, and I'm going to create a text box. And this is what I'm assigning you to do on all of these. You're going to make a text box. So I'm going to drag that text box out. I want this one to be kind of wide, so I'm going to stretch it out kind of wide like that. Okay, now this one should just, I'm just going to put the title in there. So it's going to just say my schedule. Okay. Now, let's go to work on this. I think I want that centered, and there's all kinds of buttons up here at the top of this drawing menu that you're working with, so I can do things like I'll have to drop this down, and because you may have to hit this little 3-dot menu here for more items, and then I can come to, I want to center that. I want that to be, I'm going to use kind of a big bold font for it, so I'll use this Rubik Mono 1, and I want it to be a lot bigger than that. I want it to be, I'm going to try like size 18, no, bigger than that. I'm going to go bigger, 30, okay, yay. And then I'm going to press enter. I'm going to click by the E right there, and I'm going to press enter maybe a couple of times. And then here, I'm making up a name. Right now, I don't want the name to be that big, so I'm going to take that name kind of way down to more like size 18, and I'm going to right justify that. I want that to be over there. And so this is kind of starting to come together, right? I put this text in there, and I've got this centered, and I've got this down here. Okay. Now I'm just going to click inside the box anywhere, and I'm going to go get the bucket tool. And let's say I'm going to fill that with green. And there's border things up here. If I want to put a border around, I could say, well, I'm going to put a border around the box. And I could do things like this. I could come along and say, you know what? There's a button up here for shapes, and I'm going to click that and do like a call out, and I'm going to do a star. I'm going to stick a star on there. I'll drag a star like that. And if I'm looking at the star and thinking, I don't want it to be that color, I'll fill it with whatever color I want, right? There's a fill bucket up there. So I'm just kind of working with all of the options that are up here on the toolbar. I've changed the font. I've centered some stuff. I've made this right justified, right aligned. I put a star in here. This is starting to look pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, right? You could decorate it up as much as you want. I'm starting to think, okay, this is good. So I'm going to come up here to this button that says Save and Close. Boom. And it puts it on the page. Now I'm going to click it, and this is just like we did with the images of the Avengers. I'm going to say wrap text. I know there's no other text on the page, but what that does is allow me to move this box around and put it wherever I feel like I want it on the page. Now I do think I kind of want it up here at the top, but doing that wrap text thing gives me the flexibility to move it around and put it wherever I like. So I have constructed one box that has the title on it, and you'll have to do that too. Now, when you're getting ready to go on to the next one, click away from it. All right, don't leave it selected. Click away from it, and let's build one for period 1. Right? Okay, so it's going to be like this. Just start the whole thing over. Insert, drawing, new. And it's going to be a text box. So there's a button up here at the top for a text box. And this one's not going to be so wide. I'm not going to make this one as wide. Okay, I'm going to pretend that for period 1, and there's certain things you got to put on there. You got to put what period it meets. You got to put what class it is. And you also have to put the teacher. And then I also want you to put some kind of comment about the class. And here's the thing about the comments. Do not be mean in any way, okay? I don't want you to say, I hate that teacher, or you can say things like, I don't like math all that much. That's okay to say that, but don't make any mean comments about any person as you're doing these comments about the class. And I'm just going to say here, this is kind of silly, but it's very scientific, and I can't type. All right, it's very scientific. Now I'm going to take all of that text. I pressed enter a couple of times. I left a gap there. I pressed enter to leave a gap. I'll show you why. So again, I'm going to go up to that 3-dot menu here, which gives me more buttons, right? And I'm going to center it. I think I'd like some kind of font that is more fun than that. I don't just want to use that just regular font thing. So let's go. I'll do this LexEnd semi-bold. And I think I'm going to fill. I'm just going to click in here and just use the fill color of like a blue. And I think I'm going to put a border around it. This is all optional stuff. You got to decorate it up the way you want. Now, I want to show you this. There's a button right here for inserting an image. Right, I'm showing you the button right now. There's a button up on this toolbar for inserting an image. So I'm going to click that, and I get the options here of, if I have something saved, I could upload it. If I have something on my Google Drive, I could click here, but I'm just going to search for an image. I'm going to come over here and just click search, and I want a microscope. But I'm going to say microscope icon. I don't really want a photograph of a microscope. I'd rather have something that's like clip art or an icon. So I'm going to search for microscope icon, and I get all of these. Look at all these things, right? Because it's a science class, and I just want to stick a microscope on there. So I think I'll use this one. So if I click it and I say select down here at the bottom of the box, okay, well, sometimes you may run into this. It's saying, okay, I can't use that picture. For some reason, Google Docs didn't like that picture. So I'll try a different one. Let's try this one. Select. Well, I'm not having any luck, am I? I'll try another one. I guess this might happen to you. You know, you might. Yay. All right. There. Third time's the charm. Now, this microscope is way too big and it's not sitting in the right place, so I'm going to shrink it down. You can just grab those handles and shrink it down. I want it to sit in here. Sound effects. Hey. Now, see, that box looks pretty good. It tells what class period it is. It's period 1. What class it is. It's science. Who teaches it? Mr. Pantone. You got to do that. And then it's very scientific. You got to make some kind of comment about the class. And I stuck a little. You don't have to have a picture on the box if you don't want, but yeah, I felt like it, so I put one on there. Save and close, and then click it and say wrap text. Boom. And then you can, if you think, oh, I made it a little bit too big or whatever, you can size it some. You can size it down, and with the wrap text thing, you can move it around and park it wherever you feel like you want to, and bingo. All right. So I've built 2 boxes, and so what I would do, I don't know that I'll finish this next one, but you know, let's say that maybe you have a 2-3 language arts block. So I go insert, drawing, new, and it's a text box, and I draw it out here a little bit. And this is language arts. Well, here, let's do this. First of all, let's make sure we get an L there. And I'm going to push that down and go period 2-3, language arts. And I might press enter a couple of times, say Mrs. Dellinger. Delkinger. My goodness, I can't type. All right, and then again, you could do all the, you know, do it however you want to do it. I'll center, I'll change the font to something kind of fun. I'm going to make it a little bigger. I think I'll fill this with a yellow color. I think I'll put a border on it because I like borders. I think I'll stick an image of, I'm going to do search. I'm going to do this fast, book, icon. All right, because in language arts you look at, you know, you read or whatever. So I'll do book icon, size that down, stick it in here. Oh, I need my, gotta get in there and do my comment, like lots of reading. All right, save and close, boom. Got to wrap text. Going to make it a little bit smaller so I can slide it right up in here. Wha-bam. Right? I can arrange it however I feel like I want to arrange it. And then eventually you're going to get to where you have all of them in there. All right? Boom, 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 boom. Arrange them however you want. You just got to get all the boxes in there and shoot to have it maybe, you know, on one page. Work on getting it on one page. And there you go. All right, and remember, it's going to be a 2-day thing. You start it one day. If you don't get it done, you can finish it the next day. All right, let's roll.